It is time for a little Victorinox Swiss Army knife history featuring this orange scaled Alox beauty and a little YouTube knife community history to go along with it. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to talk about the Victorinox Farmer. You're going to like this. Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 29 March 2015 and I got a little little knife here at the sharpening bench I wanted to show you before I send it home to its proud papa. And it is a 2014 production, I believe, Victorinox Farmer, property of one Campfire Talk. But not only is it a super cool knife, and not only is its owner a dear friend of mine and great YouTube knife community dude, he is not the original owner of this knife. I think this merits a blade wipe. This was a gift to my buddy Campfire Talk from his buddy. Nothing fancy. Little YouTube knife community provenance on this blade. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, this package just sort of showed up on Camp's doorstep a couple of weeks ago with an Opinel number 10 inside also. But his old buddy Nuttin just thought it was time for a gift. So, nothing fancy. Gives Campfire Talk a knife. And it had sort of a common defect in Victorinox knives. It was sort of a blade crasher. Had a big nick right at the tip, and the bevel was kind of uneven, so it got a trip to the TheApostleP sharpening bench to fix that stuff. Even up the bevel, make it sharp, get rid of the chip in the tip, and yeah, it cuts like a Victorinox. Initial sharpness is, as you would expect, pretty doggone excellent. But that's really not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the knife. Anybody can get Victorinox steel sharp. So what is this? Where did it come from? Why is it significant? Well, let's sort of talk about that. In 1961 was released a version of the Victorinox Soldier, the military issue knife, called the Soldier Model 1961. Let's get Mr. Farmer off camera for a minute. It is an Alox frame 93mm chassis with a large spear point blade, 2 3/4 inches long in that 3 5/8 inch long frame. On the back side we have the old style Victorinox reamer and the usual implements: small screwdriver / can opener and large screwdriver with half stop, cap lifter and wire stripper. Great knife, and in 2008 this was supplanted in military issue Victorinoxes by the Soldier Model 2008, the new large frame plastic handle with one hand opening capability, much like a tracker. And as this knife went by the wayside, and this is a 2008 model, 1961, so the last year these were in production is when mine was made. It probably should be a safe queen, but as you can see, it's not. It's a user, and it's awesome. And it's very similar to the Cadet, a daily companion of mine, but as you can see, it's bigger than the Cadet. Has a little different tool set. The neat thing about this was when the Model 1961 Soldier no longer was the Soldier. They added a split ring and called it a Pioneer. And I'm not quite sure of the chronology here, but you take a Pioneer and you add a saw and you get the Farmer. Makes it 9/16 of an inch thick, so it's just a little thicker than the old Soldier. And in this package you get all those tools we just talked about in the Soldier, plus this saw, which is doggone near 3 inches long, and quite an effective cutting tool in its own right, in a 3.0 ounce package. How's that? And you know, Campfire Talk is himself quite a backpacker and camper, and he runs in circles of guys who do likewise. And according to my buddy Camp, this has become sort of the required woodsman's tool in certain camping and backpacking circles of the universe because of its capability. You get a great in the woods food prep knife, an all-purpose slicing blade, and for woodcraft, bushcraft tasks like notching and cutting to length with precision small pieces of wood, a super capable saw, as well as the usual suspects: those awesome drivers and openers and a reamer. A super useful tool in a practical sense. And then, as Victorinox is wont to do, they started releasing it from time to time in different colorations. And if you guys have paid attention to the secondary markets for Victorinox knives in the last couple of years, you know this. The colored handles on these $35 to $40 knives every day on Amazon, if you buy them in silver Alox, these colored handle knives can fetch sometimes in excess of $100 to Victorinox collectors. They know that these colors run in short runs, and they run for a time, and some of the colors run once and don't come back again. This orange one, of course, is 2014 production, we think, and isn't it stunning? I'm not sure the camera can actually do this color justice, but it is truly stunning. Let's take a look at some things that we love that make Victorinox knives. You get this super thinly full flat ground steel. It's very similar to Bowler N680. It's got a long alphabet name that I didn't look up before this video, but it takes a super keen edge with adequate edge retention and extreme ease of resharpening. Great blade to handle ratio, 3 5/8 handle, 2 3/4 inch blade. Anytime I see less than an inch between handle length and main blade length, that's a pretty efficient package. Just a great camp food prep knife, and an EDC letter opener and box breaker downer. Take a look at that classic Victorinox finishing in the blade well. They do such a wonderful job, don't they? And you know, color premium aside, they're such a great value in a, you know, they're all under $50 unless you get into the big ridiculous ones, the Swiss Champ series that are not really carry knives. You know, Cadets, $25. The old Soldier or new Pioneer, generally between $30 and $35. These in silver will run $35 to $40. What a great little tool to have with you in the woods. And once again, just thought you guys would like to see a little YouTube history. From Nutton's collection to his buddy Campfire Talk, up to Indiana to the TheApostleP for a little edge work, and back to Tennessee. Into the backpack it goes. It'll get used, my friends. Yes, it will. And I thought you'd like to see it before I ship it home. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember the word in Campfire Talk's Orange Farmer. Or sharp.